We're at day, I don't even know what we're at now, about day 12 maybe, something like that, of our new world. Specifically with regards to like sports being gone and movies being gone and everything generally just being shut down. This is not like the first time it's really hitting. Because this was supposed to be opening weekend for baseball. We should be 3 days into the marathon, and instead we haven't had a pitch. This is kind of the weekend where it's really hit, because it's like, last weekend it was a big deal that there was no NCAA tournament. And obviously we've had no hockey and basketball for a while. But it's like, when opening day comes and goes, and there's no opening day, and there's no baseball, that's when it really sinks in that we're just in an awful spot. And I know it's petty. It seems to be bad form to whine about, I don't have my sports. I mean, when we have a fucking disaster going on in certain parts of this country right now, especially New York. But it sucks. I mean, we're not gonna have baseball till at least June, and probably not even then. I mean, I really just think the odds that there's gonna be anything this year are just so slim, because you're not gonna be playing. Just as one example, you're not gonna be playing baseball in New York in, say, 3 months. It's just not gonna be happening. I mean, they played baseball in New York a week after 9/11, but this is just on a whole other scale. So it's like, I'm a pessimist by nature, so I've already been kind of assuming the worst, that there's going to be no baseball, and that obviously basketball and hockey won't return, WNBA won't play, soccer maybe will come back. I mean, basically anything that has to be playing again by, say, July 4th is for sure toast. I just think they are. Baseball you can only delay so long, because I know there've been lots of wild theories floated of here's what you could do with the season. You could play the World Series at Christmas time. No, you can't, unless you want to play at a neutral site. I mean, you can play it in a dome or in a warm city, but I don't think they're going to do that. And I don't think they're going to play with no fans either. I just don't think that's feasible to play, even half a season with no fans. That's going to, I don't know what the total number of games that would be, but let's say play 100 games per team, a 100-game season, and they're not going to have fans in any of those games. That's got to be thousands, a couple thousand games or something. I can't do the math in my head, but I just don't think that's going to happen. And I worry about the NFL getting to play this year. Now in that case, they can really delay it, because they could start in late fall and be fine. Basically, they could even play a shortened season. But yeah, it's you feel like an asshole when when there's people dying by the hundreds basically every day, and you're like, I miss baseball. But I mean, you know, I always fight back against the people who are like, sports don't matter. Well, they do matter. I mean, they matter if it's something that gets you through the day and gets you through life and something you enjoy. Like, do they matter? It's you know, that doesn't mean they matter as much as people's lives, but they matter. I mean, you know, I'm not alone in this. Lots of people are missing sports right now and missing baseball and missing basketball or whatever. You know, missing going to restaurants and going to the bar and shit like that. So, yeah. I hope we get something for the season. You know, and not just because I have certainly some hopes that the Twins were going to be in the mix, possibly for at least the playoffs, if not maybe the World Series. Maybe, who knows, maybe this would have been the year they could finally beat the Yankees. Probably not, but you know, we'll never know if we don't have a season. So, you know, and I would, you know, I know some people in baseball are like, well, we're not going to play a drastically shortened season. If they ended up only getting to play like 80 games, okay, then you play 80 games. Like, fuck it. Play 80 games and have some sort of revamped playoffs, you know? I mean, they did 82 NFL strike season. They played like 9 regular season games. And then, you know, basically let everybody into the playoffs almost. You know, do something like that. It's like, it's not gonna be a clean solution to anything if you get to play. So, you know, I just hope they get to play. I hope things get to a point, maybe by into June, where, you know, I mean, we're not gonna be out of the woods with this thing, but, you know, you could maybe have something. You can have something resembling a season, and, you know, maybe it could just be something to enjoy in this suckiest of sucky years. But I'm not optimistic. I would put the odds that there's going to be any sort of baseball season at less than 50%. And we're obviously long gone for the chance that there's going to be a full 162. I think like 120 would be the absolute peak of what they could maybe pull off at this point. But yeah, like, and I'm even more certain that, you know, I personally will not be going to a ball game this year because I don't think we're ever going to get to a point this year where it's like, okay, all clear, we can go put 30 or 40,000 people in a ballpark, you know, in June or July, or even like later in the summer. I can't picture that as a realistic thing. But you know, I hope I'm wrong. I hope things turn, but they seem to just be going worse every day. So we will sit and wait and hope that hope we get some baseball this year. But if we don't, well, at least we won't have to get beat by the Yankees in the playoffs again this year.